Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Imperfect Peace. Okay, welcome you guys. Welcome. Now I know it's like, what is going on? The aesthetic has changed, and for a couple of reasons. There's one big reason. But before we get into all of that, welcome you guys. I'm so excited. Welcome to season 2 of Imperfect Peace. I am Queen Priestess Iris Rose, aka Monse Slomo, and I am so excited to have you guys here in season 2. Happy New Year, y'all! Yes, it is officially spring, which means it is our official new year. But like I said, before we get into all of that, you know what we gotta do? We gotta welcome our ancestors in, right? So, of course, I have my tea light candle, and I got a long stem lighter. Okay? Alright, so let's go ahead and welcome them in. Yes. Alright. So, we have officially welcomed our ancestors in the building, and now it is time. It's time for happy hour. Okay, so happy hour. My happy hour is the fact that we are back. Y'all, we are back and in full effect, and I am so excited. I'm super excited to have fun. I'm super excited for what this new season is gonna bring. It's just gonna be so much fun, and I can't wait. So that is my happy hour, just being back with you all. So I think that's happy hour enough, right? All right, so let's go ahead and take this shot. I got some vodka tonight, so let's go ahead and take this shot. I got vodka tonight with my shot, and then I have some rum for my cocktail, because you know how we do this cocktail going. Okay. All right, so let's cheers. Ooh, child. Ooh, that bites. Cool grief. All right, y'all. Spring is here. Spring is here. That means everything that we were sitting to do, planning out during the winter time, it is now time to make them come into fruition. It's time to put in the work. It is time to really get going. It is time for life to truly begin, and I am super excited. That's why I decided to, well, it wasn't necessarily too much me, rather than my ancestors was like, no, it's not time yet. Go ahead and rest. So, there has been so much that has happened since we've been here last. Okay, so let's get into it, I guess, right? Child, so where have I been? And I know you guys have seen, like, it looks totally different. The walls are white, and I'm on the couch now. So much has happened. So, you guys, I had a house fire in December, early part of December. And you guys probably already know about it, because if you're on this channel, you've probably seen the Through the Fire vlog, which is basically depicting my journey through the whole fire situation. And it has been a journey. So right now I am in my rental home as we rebuild, and I say we as in my son and I, as we rebuild our home, okay? And yes, I said him because it's his home as well, and it's important for me to have him included and incorporated in the rebuild process, because this essentially is symbolic of me rebuilding my entire life, as well as him starting over too. So I'm really excited to show you guys this journey. It's been a roller coaster for me. I think the last video that, no, it was the video before last that has released, it was the video of my emotional breakdown. And when I tell you, y'all know how hard it has been for me to be vulnerable, period, right? So that video was just pure vulnerability, like no other, okay? I have never been that vulnerable. And honestly, I wasn't even really gonna put it out to the public. I was just gonna put it out to my Patreon. But God was like, stop hiding yourself. Like, people need to know that you're human. You keep saying that you're not a robot, but you only display like you going. You don't ever display hardships or your trials. You speak about them, but you don't necessarily allow people to see it in its realest and rawest form. And that's what you guys saw in that episode of Through the Fire. And when I tell you, that was really hard for me. Not only was it hard for me to record, because I was so hurt, but it was hard for me to release it. Editing, I cried. And then releasing it and watching it over, like I cried because I've never been that vulnerable. So I'm not going to get too much into the fire story because there's an entire vlog for that. So I'm not going to necessarily get into that because, like I said, there's an entire vlog dedicated to speaking on that and speaking on the experience and having you go through the experience with me. I can't wait for you guys to start seeing the rebuild process and the shopping and picking things out. That's going to be the fun stuff. This stuff prior to is the hard, raw, emotional stuff, and I'm really excited to, once everything is complete, just to really go back and look, because that is my diary about the fire. So enough of that. So let's get into season 2 and the changes and, you know, the direction of the podcast and what's going on. So as you probably can see, the first change is the intro. The intro has changed. The intro is only me. So, and as you can see, it's just me. So yes, the podcast is only me for right now. And I'm not sure if that's going to change at any point. Now, obviously, I am planning to continue to have a revolving door of guests and things like that. But it's just time for me to like really walk out on faith and do what I was called to do. And so here we are, right? So I'm really excited about the change. I'm really enthusiastic about that. I'm just excited about the direction that the podcast is going. So speaking on, continuing on the direction of the podcast, so we are still gonna touch on spirituality, but it's not gonna be a full-on spiritual podcast, right? As you guys have noticed, I've been trying things throughout last season of Imperfect Peace, and we started off really hitting hard on the spirituality aspect of Imperfect, you know, it being a spiritual podcast. But I've noticed that as time progressed and as spirit continues to move through me, it's more so of a lifestyle podcast with spirituality ingrained into it. So it's basically, I am a multifaceted type of woman, right? And so this podcast is just going to explore the various multifaceted faces of me, as well as other topics that interest me and that I think may interest you. But not only that, spirituality is life for me, right? So I really had to realize that regardless of what I do, spirituality is going to be incorporated into that some way, some shape, some form, or whatever. I'm a priestess. I'm a priestess in real life. So everything has a spiritual aspect to it for me. And I really feel like as long as I go about doing it, doing the podcast as a lifestyle podcast, it still can and always will incorporate some aspect of spirituality. So I'm more so calling this like a spiritual lifestyle type of podcast. And I kind of don't want to really like box it into that either, because I don't want people to think that it's something like a Christian based type of thing, right? Because I cuss, we drink, we do different things. I'll allow guests to smoke and stuff. And so like you'll probably see like hookah. Sometimes it's just like a chill vibe. Like we're just vibing out. It's a kiki, you know what I'm saying? Like we're just vibing and just, you know, talking about shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I want to go with the direction of the podcast. Like I said, there's always going to be a spiritual aspect because I'm a priestess. I do this. This is life for me, right? But, you know, there's more to being a priestess than just being a priestess, right? So I'm gonna have guests that are part of like the gun community, and most likely have guests part of the bike community, and I'll probably have of course I'm gonna have guests of the spiritual community, because you know, like I said, spirituality is life for me, and it's just gonna be so many just different facets of people and topics and things. So that's really the direction that I'm going in with the podcast. I really don't want to box myself into just a category of saying I'm just a spiritual podcaster. Da, 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 da. Of course, we're gonna have our tarot moments. We're gonna have some moments where I read my pendulum, and we're gonna have some moments where we speak on different celebrities and stuff that's going on in, you know, the media, and stuff that's going on in the world. And we might speak on I might do a review of some shows or something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love Housewives of Atlanta, I love Housewives of Potomac, and so who knows, I might be, you know, doing reviews of different things like that. So like that's what I really want to incorporate into this. And I think my reviews of that show, those shows, are going to be so different because I am coming from a spiritual aspect as well. So I'll hit it with spirituality, you know what I'm saying? It'll be a little twist, a little twang to it and stuff. Like, we're going to have such a good time. It's going to be a good kiki. So I'm really excited about it. And, you know, we're just going to just be multifaceted, divine, feminine ladies, you know what I'm saying? So I keep looking over here because number one, I keep wanting to grab my drink, and number two, I'm making sure that I hit what I wanted to hit as far as the direction of the podcast, because I had so many notes. I was like, oh, like there's so much I want to tell you, but then at the same time, there's so much I don't want to tell you because, you know, I gotta keep it a little, you know, tucked in a little bit. So yeah, so we're gonna have a really, really good time with the podcast. And so I'm really excited about the direction of the podcast. Now, let's get into the new year, okay? So, with it being spring now, and I don't know if, well, I'm on the East Coast. I'm on the East Coast, And we're starting to have those spring showers flowing in, and the warmer temperatures starting to spoil us. Like today was beautiful. It was just sunny and bright, and it was like 70 something degrees outside. It was just really nice. And I took my son out for dinner tonight, and we had a really, really good time. So, I'm loving this intro to spring that I'm seeing around me. Now, I know some people have been hit with, bad weather, and it been, raining and stuff, and been cold. Now, that was like prior to today. That was maybe like a couple days ago. We were having like bouts of rain, and it was cold, but like the temperatures have been fluctuating. But anyway, so I'm really excited about spring. Your girl is finna be outside. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, I'm finna be outside. I'm ready to explore. I'm ready to travel. I'm ready. And that's another thing too. Like, I'll be traveling and stuff. So I'll have to record while I'm in different locations as well. And so I'm excited to take you guys with me on some of my trips and stuff. Like, y'all get to come on. But let me close it out. Because most of the pre-recorded stuff, like the outings and stuff, I probably has as Priestess Diaries. But you'll be like, maybe I'll do something outside, like when I'm in Phoenix and different things like that. Like, we'll see what the vibe is. Okay? So I'm really excited about that. And I just want to reflect on my spiritual new year, my spiritual year prior. Let's do that. Let's reflect on that. Like, last year, 2022, spiritually kicked my ass. It really did. I had been going hard since 2019, 2020. And I had gotten burned out last year. I was so spiritually exhausted. But I kept pushing. I kept going. I tried to not let things deter me. And that's also where the hiatus came from as well with here. Like, I had, gotten back into recording and everything, gotten back to, and I was having guests on and, different things like that. And then all of a sudden it just went, ghost, like radio silence, right? And of course, maybe it was about 30 days in between when I last released a podcast episode and my fire. It was like 30, maybe I'll give it maybe 40 days in between there. And so I feel like Spirit was really like prepping me, because I had ended up doing inventory on the items that I had, on hand, like incense and sage sticks and Palo Santo sticks and stuff like that. And I didn't understand why, I was trying to figure out, and actually I understood it as I understood it as I was taking inventory to figure out what I needed to order more of, or what I had room for, right? Because if I had room to have different types of sage sticks, then I was going to put, different types of sage sticks in my inventory, in my arsenal, because I had herbs and, I had bags of herbs that I hadn't even opened yet to bottle, because I had everything in their own little mason jars, and they were labeled. And I had stuff that I still had to put up on shelves and things, and I was just taking note and taking inventory of like everything that I had, especially herb wise, because I I love ordering herbs. I love working with herbs. Of course, me being a priestess, I'm going to be working with herbs and things like that. But making teas and just making different things, not just candles and stuff. I was incorporating so much, and I had so much in stock to do different things with, to really experiment with things and really, you know, tap into other things. And so I was trying to make room for, you know, more herbs and trying to figure out what herbs I wanted to get next, because there were some herbs that I didn't have that I really wanted. Especially after going to New York. I went to New York in November. I didn't get a chance to, you guys didn't get a chance to, you know, get clued in on that. I went to New York in November, and we went to, I was with two of my sisters that was on here, as a matter of fact. Two of the sisters that was on here. We were, all three of us were together. We were in Brooklyn, and we went to a few, you know, different places. We went to one metaphysical store, and I had gotten some, y'all, I got some candles and gotten some supplies. I was really about to do some shit. And we went to the herb store, and I got a beautiful glass teapot. And y'all, 2 weeks after that, 2-3 weeks after that trip, that shit all went up in smoke. And like I said, I'm not even gonna recap the fire. The fire within itself was a whole, because I'm still going through it, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole spiritual process within itself. And that's why I said I don't want to really necessarily go into it on here. I want to let it play out the way it's gonna play out on its own, separate entity. And so that's why the vlog is what it is. And I don't I'm not diving deeper into it. I might designate an episode to talk about it, and who knows, somebody incorporated with the fire, maybe a guest on here. Never know. Or a guest on the vlog, you never know. But it's just been a whirlwind. It's just been a really crazy 3 months. Well, not 3 months. It's been about 6 months since we've been here doing this. What is October? 5 months. 5 months. We're almost in April, so it's almost 6 months. But we're at the end of March, and it's been a wild ride. It's crazy what 5 months can do. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I'm blessed. Y'all, I'm blessed. If you look at me, you can't tell that I've been through what I've been through, especially within these last few months. When that's experience, like when we say that we are ready to move and you continue to buck up against us, we gonna make you move. So that's what we did. We made you move. So I appreciate Spirit for protection, for holding me close, for holding me tight, for buckling me up, because I didn't know what ride I was on. And I don't even like roller coasters. I don't like roller coasters. So for me, this shit has been like, I feel like I've been on a roller coaster with Luce, and I don't do roller coasters. I don't know if I told y'all the story, but I almost fell off of a roller coaster when I was 7. Like, since then, like, this been a traumatic experience with a roller coaster. So for me to use that analogy for what I've been going through is quite telling, actually. But it's been really crazy. It's been really crazy. but me being the divine feminine Miss Femme Fatale that I am, and we're gonna get into all of that too. You know, me being who I am, I took that shit. I took that shit in stride. Like, I was like, all right, what's next? Like, all right, you threw this at me, you threw that at me. What's next? Like, let's go. And I am so proud of myself. I'm gonna give myself my kudos because I don't do that. Okay, that's something like I really don't do. I just keep it moving. I keep it pushing. I don't give myself my pat on the back. But today, I'm gonna give myself that pat on the back that I desperately deserve. Okay. So yeah, life has been lifing. Okay, life has truly been lifing, but through it all, I really feel like I came out more blessed and more, I think I came out happier. Much happier than I was before, before my fire, before December. Yeah, the fire was tragic, but the promise of a new beginning is just even more exciting. Like I'm more excited about what's to come than what has been, what is behind me. So yeah, y'all, like I'm really excited to really talk to y'all about different topics and really just get conversation going, get engagement going, and just get back to what I feel I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? I'm just really excited, and I'm excited to bring the people whom I've already spoken to and have plans and are in the works of scheduling recordings and stuff. I'm really excited to get back into the fold of that. Now, I will probably be by myself for a while before I bring another guest on, for a couple of reasons, okay? First reason being, the first guest that I want to really bring on, I'm going to have to do virtually. It's going to have to be like I usually do with my normal routine, my normal guests I have virtually. However, with the fire, the laptop was destroyed. So I'm on my phone right now, and I usually record via my laptop. Well, my laptop, my son's laptop, I was using his, was destroyed in the fire. So I have to replace that situation. And so it might take me a little bit to get my whole setup with my laptop via Zoom and all of that. And because I had my podcast, like I really had all of my podcast stuff. Like I have my green screen. My parents gave me another green screen, so I have a green screen because I wanted to have like a little background and everything. So you'll see the aesthetics and stuff changing as I go along. Like I said, my fire happened in December. I didn't get into my rental home until January. So I was in a hotel for an entire month. So of course I didn't have furniture. I didn't have different things. And this is actually my parents' fridge. But this is down in my common area. Y'all, I got a 3-story townhouse. This is the basement area, and this is where I'll be doing my recordings and stuff. So I have a couch just to, be a little more comfortable, make it more and more of a kiki and relaxed type of situation. Not so serious. Just have it's just a vibe, like a real vibe. And when I have in-house guests, we can kiki on the couch. You know what I'm saying? And be comfortable. You know what I mean? So that's basically the entire aesthetic that I was going for here with doing this on, the couch now. Also, what was I saying? I'm really just so thankful. I'm so grateful. I'm just so excited to be back, y'all. I really am. I'm so super excited to be back. But like I said, things are gonna start. You'll start to notice like small, subtle changes. I had podcast mic and everything that I was about to incorporate. I have to, get my supplies again, get everything that I had collected and was testing out, trying to perfect before I got on here and make food myself. But God is good. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be happy and healthy. I'm grateful for my son. Even though he lost everything, he's happy and he's healthy and he's thriving. I'm just really, and Shy is safe and happy and thriving and healthy. I'm just really grateful. And I can't wait to show gratitude via this podcast. I have other exciting projects coming through that I'm really, really excited about. There's one particular project that I am like super, super ecstatic about. And that was kind of also what directed the change of direction for this podcast too. Because I can't even go into it. But there is another project that I'm really excited to be bringing to you guys, to be, part of. And God is good. Life is great. And when I say life is amazing, I mean, I thought I didn't have a care. I knew that I had some worries and things prior to my fire, things that were stressing me the fuck out. But now, I really don't have, there's a sense of peace that has fallen upon me, where I don't really have that sense of worry or fear or anything anymore. Once you've lost everything, you come to a point where you're just like, all right, fuck it. I'm just going to let it go. It's going to be what's going to be. However it's going to play out, it's going to play out. And I'm really glad that I learned to trust my ancestors, trust my spirit team, trust the people around me, allow people to love on me, allow people to, give me support and encouragement, allow people to show me who they truly were. There's so much that has happened, and that is going to bring me to next week's episode. I cannot wait for next week's episode because the topic is going to be like something I can't wait to speak on, put it that way. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here, y'all. It has been so much fun. Thank you guys for loving me. Thank you guys for being back. Thank you guys for returning. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for just, being wonderful. Thank you for your support of Imperfect Peace and the various changes that it's been going through and that it has gone through. I'm really excited about its future. And yeah, I can't wait to take you guys along with me, because this life is just one life of imperfect peace. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all next week. Later. Bye.